transitioning out of sports into the world of entertainment. Well, technically, sports is entertainment.
Yeah.
But this is not athletic entertainment.
No,
this is
it's
visual
yeah.
entertainment. Word broke this week that Netflix, yes, you heard it right, Netflix is either officially acquiring or
They won the bidding.
they won the bidding to acquire Warner Brothers Discovery. And I'll let Bryce pull up this big ass figure. Now, the reason why I start off saying what I said is because I've been reading other things within like the last 24 hours that could change this. Yeah. Right? Things may get challenged in court as far as this could possibly be.
I saw other companies like trying to challenge that.
Yeah, this could be seen as a monopoly.
Yeah.
I'm saying that Paramount, was trying to hey, our offer was whatever better than whatever Netflix is. Yeah. So this isn't definitive now. Yeah. This could, like most really big deals,
this could blow up. This is going to take them probably another 2 years before anything is settled.
Because I think back to recent when it comes to mergers or people buying other people. I think about the what was the airline that was trying to get bought? Was it Spirit?
Oh, it was Spirit.
Yeah,
Spirit was trying to get bought.
I forgot who was trying to buy them.
Was it American?
It could have been. But that didn't go through.
Yep.
No,
that did not go through.
Another one was AT&T and T-Mobile.
Yes,
that fell through.
So none of $82 billion.
Yeah.
So none of these things are. It takes big mergers, like especially because we've seen in the past. When you think about mergers, you think about the AOL Time Warner one. That's the most prominent one, and that did not work out well for any party involved. What's your thoughts on everything when you heard this going down?
I'm not surprised because Warner has been up for sale for pretty much the past almost 10 years at this point.
Really? I didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned it. You had it was Time Warner.
AT&T. Then they merged with Discovery.
Yeah, then they merged with
Discovery.
That's true.
Yeah, right.
I'm forgetting one more. I can't remember.
Yeah. Obviously, but either way, Warner Brothers, HBO, all of that has been up for sale for a long time. And the only thing that I can take away from this is I hope this finally works for them. I don't know what the vision is with these mergers for Warner Brothers specifically, because people keep coming in and then being like, I don't want it anymore. I hope it finally works with Netflix. Because I really am tired of the visionlessness of what it seems to be on Warner's part, where it's like we're just trying to sell, and it's like, well, you keep selling
and lose,
and nothing's coming out of it, and that's what I'm getting tired of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm getting tired of because as exciting it is more on Netflix end to get this, it sucks for the people on Warner Brothers because anything they have greenlit said, oh, this is coming, that might be on the chopping block because that was through Warner Brothers. Netflix didn't say we're going to greenlight these shows. Mm-hmm. So anyone who has a show right now is kind of like in no man's land because they got to figure out what's going to happen now.
The thing about Warner Brothers is what it started off as and what it is now completely different.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Right. I watched the Warner Brothers documentary on HBO, and obviously the name it's in the name. It started off as a Butch Brothers.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Owning the company.
Owning a lot out in California and buying that and all that.
Yeah. They used to own theaters and all that kind of stuff. They had to get broken up because of monopoly and all that kind of stuff. But Warner has always shape-shifted.
Yeah.
Right. I sent you guys an article from 1971.
Yeah.
Right, when they shared a lot with, was it Columbia Pictures?
Columbia Pictures. Yeah.
And I think that went away in the late 80s, early 90s for a stupid reason, by the way. Not a stupid reason, but for a reason that I bet you Columbia be like, oh, okay, they did it to break because they wanted
to spite their nose by cutting off their face.
Well, it was because of Batman is involved as a part of this.
Oh.
The guys who kind of helped get Batman off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
I think either Paramount or not Paramount, but whoever, so Columbia or someone.
We're talking about the Michael Keaton Batmans.
Yeah. Like the guys, the producers, and all that. They were sought after.
Gotcha.
And as part of the deal, okay, we'll let you guys have them or whatever. But in order for that to happen, we no longer want to share a lot with you guys in space. And they was like, okay, cool. Fine. Yeah. We'll take these producers over this. But they've always been open to
most film publishers are, where it's like, hey, we'll do this part, you handle this part. If you look at some films, you'd be surprised by how many publishing companies are attached to the film. Mm-hmm. So maybe they started that, but a lot of film companies are okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just wanting Warner Brothers to kind of can we settle down for just a little? Because this is in the past
pa-
5
5
years,
years.
now, it's Discovery, Warner, which kind of went through, but then it kind of fell apart now. It's like you have
No,
Discovery.
it was AT&T within that 5 years too.
That's right, and AT&T as well. So it's like, can I see the vision? Can someone just give us some vision here? That's all.
Now, on the Netflix side, I'm interested in what they're going to do with it and what their plan is.
I think I know.
Because I ain't going to lie, I don't like when I feel like two different types of visual, like how one guy's, because what's his name? Ted Sarandos, whatever. Ted Sarandos, I'm pronouncing his name. Like, to me, I feel like he views Netflix as a technology company, a streaming company.
That's true.
And I feel like he visualizes movies in that aspect. Warner Brothers is a film company.
Yeah.
They want films in theaters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now, that's where I think, because I know from behind the scenes talks, Netflix does want to be seen as like, hey, we do movies. They're just not in theaters. And that's where I feel like that's why they've done this Warner Brothers thing. They want to be seen as more legitimate on the film side of the industry. And hopefully this Warner, I'm thinking that this Warner merger, they're hoping that it convinces people like, okay, I guess you do films now.
But I mean, to me, Ted even came out and said that, like, yeah, we're still gonna send Warner movies to theaters, but now they're gonna give him a shorter runtime.
Yeah.
Which I don't like.
No,
I don't like that, but I understand the strategy.
Well, I understand the strategy when you're Ted Sarandos of Netflix.
Yeah.
No,
You see it through
Your
the
TV.
streaming Netflix lens.
But I can see it as like, hey, listen, like if this helps make movies like a must-see event, you're only gonna see it for a limited time. You got to come out and see it.
Or you care more about your subscription services and making sure they get their
I think
stuff
that's
there.
what that's about.
That's, to me, it's what it comes down to.
Because
I'm not giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Because at first I was thinking of everything like, okay, the movies, and then I was like, streaming platform.
Yeah, it's a streaming platform.
This is what it's about.
That's it, and that's how he has to view it, right? He has to view it through that lens. What can we do to drive growth on Netflix? So if that means, hey, this movie we're going to shorten the runtime, so this movie that was in theaters for 3-4 weeks, it's going to go right to Netflix. So now you don't have to go see it in theaters. True. You can just sign up for the subscription. You don't got to pay. You don't got to pay $15, $20 in theaters. You can just sign up for Netflix.
That's true, but then
now we got you for 3, 4, 5, 6 months, and now we got our money back.
The question that I would have though is, what he truly has to ask, is that feasible with the way of how expensive films are now?
Yeah,
they make movies.
They make.
You said it. They make movies already. They make movies,
but they're not making movies at the budgets that they're making movies at right now.
I mean, I feel like honestly,
depends on the movie.
That's what I was gonna say.
Stranger Things is not no cheap ass.
Because I was just about to say that. Like,
but Stranger Things going away.
I'm gonna say, but
but
they ain't cheap.
That's true.
They're getting a movie,
and gonna be in theaters. The ending for Stranger Things gonna be in theaters, and, so they'll pony up the cash.
Yeah, I just said they just don't want to.
They don't want exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
They just don't want to.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking though. Is it really going to be feasible with all the stuff that's in Warner Brothers' lot, all the stuff that they got working on? Is it truly going to be feasible to do all of these movies and not see an upfront return on investment real fast?
The only thing that I can see could be a bonus on the film side is if Netflix, let's say Netflix goes cheap. Maybe there's a world there. You know what? We're not gonna spend money on IPs.
Yeah.
Because they don't whatever.
Yeah, it's not gonna move people.
Right. Well, we just don't we don't want to spend money on IPs. We're not Disney. We're not Universal. We're not gonna lean on IPs, right? So we'll put movies in theaters, but we'll put some of these movies, maybe that mid tier, that $50 million, $75 million, $25 million, like that budget range.
So then, do they cut that out of Warner Brothers then?
For sure.
I don't know if they cut it, but they probably add it.
For sure.
Like we're not gonna live and die. We're not gonna be greenlit.
That's what's gonna happen.
A bunch of IPs.
I said that earlier.
Which might be a good thing.
It might be a good thing, but I'm still thinking about all the stuff that they own. So you still got
James Gunn DC.
You still got DC and all of that.
Right.
Like, those still need. You still gonna need to do those.
Well, yeah. No, you don't though. Like you don't have to make another. You don't have to make 4 more Batmans. You don't have to keep expanding the Harry Potter universe. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like maybe that's the only upside I can see is they can be like, hey, hold on, we're not about to keep throwing money at what insert IP here.
Got you.
Because
Okay.
Come up with some new shit. You know what I
that,
mean?
that raises a good question because
Will they do that?
Harry Potter is supposed to have.
If
a
they ain't
series.
spending no money, they're not gonna do that. If they want to spend no money, if they want to make sure, if they're more focused on content like that, we're not gonna keep greenlighting.
Yeah, but they got shareholders to look at, and the shareholders saying, "Listen, them greenlit little $50 million shits ain't moving us."
It depends on
Let's
it depends on the
let's
losses.
get one thing straight though. When it comes to shareholders, that's Netflix's shareholders now. Those guys are out at Warner. So whatever, like I said
Yeah,
before,
they probably buy them out. Yeah,
whatever they had greenlit, like Harry Potter, they were supposed to get a series. I think that'll stay.
The only
But-
reason I'm saying that is because we saw another merger that happened this year that has not worked, and it's on the video game side.
Who?
Microsoft buying Activision. And Microsoft went to the Xbox people, you spent almost the same amount of money, almost $80 billion. And we're not seeing a return on investment. They have to do something now.
Mm-hmm.
They have to do something. So at the end of the day, that's why I'm like, is this truly feasible from a financial
Wait,
standpoint?
Microsoft bought Activision?
Through Xbox, Microsoft bought Activision King. That was like $80 billion. And now Microsoft is saying, hey, cut the shit. It's time to start making money. They had to up the subscription price.
Once again, that's Netflix then. Netflix will be looking at Warner Bros.
No. Through Xbox. Microsoft and Xbox are the same thing. At the end of the day, the people who greenlit it said, you need to start making money. Netflix, you will need to start making, not Warner Brothers, Netflix, you will need to start making money.
No. It's the other way around. It is Netflix.
Keep going.
That's what I'm saying. Like
That Netflix is looking at Warner Bros.
No, they won't, because we own you now.
No. Netflix is buying Warner Bros.
Yes.
Netflix has the control now.
Yeah,
everything.
But there's another group above Netflix, the Netflix shareholders.
Right.
We allowed you to use our money to buy Warner Brothers.
Right.
Warner Brothers isn't the problem. You own Warner Brothers now. Netflix, you make money with Warner Brothers.
Right.
That's who they have to. Warner Brothers is looking at this like, listen, we got all the movies you want, but you are now the drivers of the vision.
Right.
And that's a Netflix problem.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'm saying, Netflix. I don't think Netflix makes this purchase if, to me, they didn't have a goal in mind, which is continue to drive as many human beings as humanly possible to the subscription service. Everything to me lives, breathes, and dies the subscription service.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm saying is, when it comes to making money, they're not going to greenlit a bunch of expensive ass projects, which could mean
if you spent $82 billion. How do you make that up through streaming? If they cannot make that up, what do you do then?
What do you mean? You gotta keep. You gotta keep trying. You own it now.
That's what I'm saying. That's where things get tricky now for them, because now you have this thing that if you're not using it, shareholders are like, hey,
they're going to use it. I'm just saying. They're going to use it. It just won't be used. They have a plan. They have a vision.
Absolutely.
Right. They're not going to use it how Warner Brothers is going to use it.
I agree with that.
They're going to use it the way Netflix wants to use it.
Absolutely.
First of all, I think one thing Netflix is going to do is they're going to keep Warner Brothers its own division.
For
right?
sure. Like,
so they're going to separate it, right? Yeah. So Warner Brothers, there will probably still be an HBO. So how Disney kept Hulu alive for a long time.
Yeah.
They're gonna keep HBO Max on. DC will still be its own thing and all that kind of stuff. But what I think will happen to save money, because you're trying, in order to make money, you can't just be, you know what I mean?
You can't just be throwing it all around.
You can't be throwing it all around.
Absolutely.
So their main focus is content driven to the streaming platforms. How can we drive people to HBO Max? How can we continue to drive people to
Agreed.
to Netflix?
Agreed.
You're not gonna do that if you feel like, hey man, how many damn Batman movies y'all gonna keep making? How many? You know what I'm saying? Like they're not gonna keep making IPs.
Yeah.
Because I think that will hurt them in the long term. They're not gonna keep pumping this money out, keep pumping this money out. Then look, Netflix like, look, we already got a model that works.
That's true.
We know what works. We beat y'all to this.
Yeah,
we came first.
Y'all following us.
Y'all following us.
But
What leaders in this industry?
That's the question, though. The real question is, does their model work for Warner Brothers?
It doesn't matter. They own them.
But if you spend $82 million and the model that we give you isn't working,
why wouldn't it work? I'm asking. Why wouldn't it work? If it works for us now, why wouldn't it work? So I'm asking.
Because we are two different entities. You are a filmmaking company. We are a streaming company.
Right.
As the market has shown.
You mean as far as You mean optically?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
not optically.
Because HBO Max is owned by Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
They have a streaming
not,
platform.
Not optically. I'm talking about it's truly like if Netflix says, "Here's how you're going to operate from now on," and they try it, and Warner Brothers, I believe, will truly try it, and they
They have no choice. I mean, we own you.
We
You're
own
going
you.
to
That's
do
the
it.
thing.
We own you. It's not about trying something. This
own
is
you.
going to happen.
You have to look at the money spent. If we give you this model and you don't make a return on investment, then what?
Then you try something
That's
different.
Netflix's fault.
Warner. That's what I'm asking. If Netflix tries all of this and nothing good comes of it,
But okay, I hear what you're saying. My question, it's back to my original question.
Yeah.
If it already works for us now, why all of a sudden it wouldn't work now?
because I'm looking at the model that just happened.
Okay.
I'm looking
Which
at
one?
Activision. I'm looking at Activision and Xbox.
Right.
They're the same thing. We all do video games. I'm doing streaming of video games. I have a platform where we do that. We bought all the content you had.
Was Activision the leader in the industry?
Yes, Activision was a leader in the industry.
Okay.
That's why they had to pay $82 million to get it.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then we got all your content. We put it in our library.
Right.
It didn't move the needle at all.
That's Microsoft's fault.
But that's what Netflix is trying to do, right?
Yeah, and it's going to be their fault if they keep throwing money.
Because at
left
this
and
point,
right.
streaming has been, I truly feel, is saturated.
Oh,
So
for sure.
at
Everyone
this
has
point,
one.
if at this point the people who have Netflix and they're happy, who does this move?
Well, I guess the goal is,
What's Netflix vision then?
Because that's my question. What are we trying to get out of this?
well, I think we have to remember, in Netflix's mind, there's an unlimited amount of people that exist in this.
That's
this
not
world.
true.
No, I'm just saying, like,
yeah,
there.
I see what you mean.
You know what I mean? Like,
see what you mean,
there will
yeah.
always be in that Netflix mind. There will always be people out there that we don't have that we want. There would There would never be a point in Netflix's mind where we've reached our quote unquote human queue limit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so in Netflix's mind, they take away Warner Brothers. They still trying to get people.
I know.
Yeah.
I understand.
So take away Warner Brothers, we still trying to draw people. So their goal won't change.
It won't
Their
change.
library will get expanded, but their goal won't change, which is to draw people to the subscription service.
But-
that's the goal. Now honestly, I can see down the road them possibly merging HBO Max and
I can
Netflix.
see that.
I can see them doing that.
Like Disney.
I'm
or
already-
making like a bundle type of thing.
I am already anticipating that happens. How does this grow our subscriber base for real?
Well, first off, you get the HBO people now.
Yeah.
So they count toward our budget now.
I am assuming that the HBO people and the Netflix people already had an account.
You can't assume that.
You can't.
I'm
You
very much
you
assuming.
can't assume this, but you can't. You can't go in thinking like everybody who has HBO Max already has Netflix, because it's not the other way around.
They got me now.
You know what I'm saying?
I have HBO Max. I don't have Netflix.
Right. So you can't go into it assuming like because I'll be honest with you, if I feel like we already have you, I'm not gonna buy them. Because we already like if I feel like
if I'm Netflix, I truly believe if I'm Netflix, I know that I dominate the market.
yeah, they're number
Yeah,
one
for sure.
Yeah, we are number one.
Right.
We started this.
And I don't know what the subscriber base is for HBO Max because I don't think they give us those numbers.
Actually, they don't give you the numbers, but Warner Bros. Has been in trouble financially.
So then, what's the point of grabbing? If we grab these little bitty HBO facts for $82 billion?
Well, yeah, remember it's everything, right? We keep it's the library,
Right.
It's the
But
catalog,
again, so
it's
how
everything.
did this grow us then? All this did was give us a
actually, I
let's look
forget.
at the cheap. Let's look on the cheap. On the cheap, we get the Warner Brothers catalog, $82 billion.
Did they buy
Hold on.
everything? Did they buy like
They have everything. So this is
studios? Do they have the studios?
Yeah,
Studios,
so-
all of it.
So
They
hold
have,
on.
they have like Universal Hollywood and all that
Hold
kind
up,
of stuff,
guys.
like the theme parks.
We're only talking about movies. What happens to CNN? Netflix has been trying to get into the broadcast. They have WWE. They get last year they had football or something.
They get football. They get fights.
On a broadcast level, on the entertainment side, that is another plus for them. Because
So it's other thing, like it's other things that we have to factor in on why it costs
fair.
$82 billion.
That's fair.
You know what I'm
That's fair.
saying?
so it's not really like
It's not just
we're-
movies.
It's not
That's
just
true.
movies
That's
and TV
true.
shows.
Yeah,
That's
it's-
true.
That's why I wanted to bring in the broadcast just
Yeah.
to remind you guys, like it's just beyond movies.
It-
What
That's fair.
It's
That's
expanding. It's expanding your reach.
fair. That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's
It's letting your presence be felt
like,
in the field.
like any good company, now they have their broadcast system because
Yeah.
people have been complaining about their broadcast. Now they have access to HBO's how they broadcast. That is a plus for Netflix. That is a win.
That's true.
I was going to give them the win in the fact that you do now don't have to license out any more Warner Brothers shit. That's just in your library now.
So that's more money. Just
That's savings. That's savings. It's not more money. That's savings, which is different. It's that revenue growth. That's just us snipping off a little bit on the edges.
I do think that I'm
trying to find the revenue growth here.
Well, I think the revenue growth will come from strictly subscription based. I think that's.
I'd say if Warner Brothers was already struggling on the subscription side, I don't think that's where the revenue growth comes from.
It has to come from all areas. It can't just.
It has to come from all areas. So we got to figure out what exactly are we trying to subscribe.
And
to
that's Netflix's job to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like I said, I definitely think that the movie making aspect will obviously play a big role in that.
Yeah.
But I also think that I don't see them just throwing money at it either, though.
You can't.
Well, that's what normally happens.
But you have to though.
Mm-hmm.
You have to throw money at it.
Actually, I mean via IPs though. I don't see them. Go ahead.
Because shout out my storyboard mentor Raj.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about movies, films, and all that, and IPs. The thing that happens is when these companies merge, it was Warner Bros. Who greenlit this, not Netflix.
Yes. Right.
They have to probably either go through that process again because you talk to a Netflix guy. I don't know anything about this IP. I wasn't in this meeting room probably.
Mm-hmm.
They have to do it all over again. It sucks, but it's how it's going to be.
Right. So you have to throw money at it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no. We can't keep saying we have to throw money at it.
But
the possibility of being money thrown changes.
Yes.
That's fair. But you still have to spend money now.
Well, yeah.
We're not saying we're not spending money.
Hustling doesn't change. You got to spend money to make money. You know what I mean?
But that's where I'm like, okay, so show me Netflix where we see revenue. Because if I'm a Netflix investor, that's what I'm worried about right now.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the true, like, okay, you spent 82.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we making 82 plus?
And that's where we're going to find out what they greenlit and what they cut.
And I also think it's about getting a bigger share of the market. I think that,
That's true.
I think expanding your name value and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You feel like you're a major player now, and
That's
there's
true.
a lot of money that comes with that, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. A lot more companies are willing to play ball with you, ads and all that kind of stuff, ad revenue, all that kind of things.
That's true. That's true.
Obviously, we gotta wait for it to play out a little bit more.
Yeah.
But anyway, man, that's all the time we have for you guys today, man. You can follow me at Facebook at Bryce Olden. You can follow me on Instagram at Bryce David Olden, Bryce Cohen Tell him.
Or Twitter, Bruce Leroy.
And remember, if you didn't hear from the horse's mouth, start listening to Ass Who Told You. We out. Peace.